and what a great day to sew something wonderful. I'm Kia with Kia B, and I'm so excited to be back with you this month as we continue on our Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt clue number 4. So we are assembling yet another clue for our 4th month in a row, and I'm very excited about it. So what we're going to be making today is this long strip here. And then I'm going to show you how to do these flying geese units. We're going to make several of these. So this is a great time to practice and kind of hone in on your 1/4 inch seam skills. I was thinking as I was doing this tutorial too, I kind of talk about it a little bit in the tutorial here, but I was thinking what a great Christmas gift idea. And after I said that, I thought, oh my goodness, what if you had a daughter or a granddaughter that's wanting to learn to quilt? And Cotton Cuts, this puzzle mystery is such a great idea because you have an entire month to assemble a clue and all the pieces are cut already for you. So there's not a lot of trimming, measuring, anything like that. You're just following instructions. So this is a great time to kind of lay down the grammar stages of quilting, and it's just so fun. So thank you again for joining us. Let's get into this tutorial. Okay, so the materials that we need, I always have my Nadia color sheet right here ready to go so I can make sure that the different fabrics match the different letters. And then I have our instructions for this week, or this month. So you just need that, and then obviously your fabric. So we have here a square H, making sure I have my instructions laid out the right way. We have a square H, and then we have 2 rectangles of D, and it looks like those go together. And then we have some F and G triangles, and then some larger A triangles. And I think this week is actually going to be pretty simple to sew together. It's super repetitive. So let's take care of our bigger pieces first. And our instructions just say that we're going to sew these in a line. So you're going to put on both sides fabric D and then H in the middle. So I'm actually going to press these out because they've been sitting in a bag. So I want to press these out and get them nice and flat. I am using my alpaca mat, which is just a packet pressing mat. And I love it. I know I talk to you guys about this every single time, but I really do love it. So what we want to do is we want to take a fabric D rectangle, and we're going to put the right sides together for that and the fabric H square. And we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam down the side. And what's really nice about Cotton Cuts is that we don't need any scissors or anything. Everything is pre-done for us. So now what we need to do is we want to press this towards the fabric D. So I'm going to take my iron here and get all tangled up in the cord and press toward the larger rectangle. Okay, now we want to flip that over and we want to attach our other fabric D to the other side of fabric H, right sides together, line them up. You can stick a pin in if you aren't comfortable with making sure that they stay together and the transfer to your sewing machine. So a 1/4 inch seam. Just like that. And again, we want to press toward the fabric D rectangle. And I will show you what the seam should look like on the other side. Because these are all pre-cut, there's no trimming or anything for that. So this is what your seams should look like. So both fabric H are going away from the fabric into fabric D. And then it makes it nice and straight seams. So I'm going to give that one more good press here. Remember, press, don't iron back and forth. That's going to stretch out your fabric and your seams. Just press downward. All right, so that's our first strip. That's completely done for clue 4. So I'm going to set that to the side. Now what we have, and I know this because of my color card here, the pink color is my fabric F. And the darker green color is my fabric G. And then of course, fabric A are the larger triangles of the group. And this is where it's going to get really repetitive. So I'm going to lay a block out for you. I'm going to take a fabric A, just like this. And you'll notice that these aren't quite triangles. They have what we call dog-eared corners. So again, no trimming or anything, cotton cuts, pre-cuts, all of that for you. So this is our fabric F. It's going to go on this side. We're going to match up all of those clipped corners. And then a fabric G on this side. And this is the flying geese unit that we're going to continuously make. So let me make one of them with you, and then I'll fast forward through the other ones because you don't need instructions over and over and over again. So fabric A, fabric F, fabric G. I'm going to take fabric G and line that up here. And what happens is these clipped corners match up to the clipped corners of fabric A. So you see how there's a little bitty clipped corner here. And when we flip it on this side, there's a clipped corner there as well. We're going to line those up. And so 1/4 inch seam, this is on the bias. So make sure that you don't push or pull your fabric through your machine. Just let your machine really guide it slowly. And just like that, we have a 1/4 inch seam, and we want to press it outward. So we're going to lay this down here, and we are just going to gently fold it over because it's on the bias, and press it just like that. And now line it up again. Check with your instructions to make sure you have everything lined up exactly right. And this is our fabric F. We're going to flip over with right sides together, matching those clipped corners. And again, sew a 1/4 inch along the bias edge. And we're going to continue the same pressing instructions where we press outward to our fabric F. Just like that. So your seams should look like this. And that's one flying geese unit. You have enough in your package this month to do 12 flying geese units. So you're going to repeat this step 11 more times. And so I'll do that, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. All right, now I just need to press these out, and you'll notice there I was just chain piecing. If you're a beginner, I would highly suggest doing one block at a time, and then make it a goal to maybe the last couple of blocks, try and chain piece. So what that means is that you are kind of assembling multiple blocks at a time and not breaking thread. So I might do the exact same. So what I did is took fabric F and all attached them at the same time. And that way it just kind of worked on that skill for me. So I am just pressing these out. And our next step is even more simple than the one that we just did. So we're going to put these in a groups of 3. So you'll have 4 groups of 3, and just, sew those together with a 1/4 inch seam. So it's really, really simple. We'll have 4 units then, and that's the end. If you have questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate to ask me in the description, or I'm sorry, in the comment section below. I'm happy to help kind of navigate that for you. I love this box so much. The fact that it's a puzzle mystery, so we really don't know what it's going to look like. The fact that they clip everything for you, everything is laser cut so that it is already pre-made for you, which is really nice. You literally just put 2 pieces together. This is a fantastic Christmas option. I know they have some registrations open for some other puzzle mystery quilts that they're working on as well. It's a great option if you're wanting to start quilting and you're just not sure about it. So what I'm going to do is count 1, 2, 3, and then stack them right next to my machine here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that leaves me with the last 3 here. And all it says to do is with points, the fabric A points going up, we're just going to assemble 3 in a row. So what that means, let me set this one aside here. I'm going to take 2 of these units, flying goose units with arrows pointing up, turn it over, line up this edge, and I'm going to sew this direction, 1/4 of an inch seam. Just like this, and I'm going to press so that the seam is going this direction. So I'll fold it open here, press that, okay, and then our 3rd unit, here's our first 2 on this side. I'll take our 3rd unit and match it up just the same. Both edges, take it to the sewing machine, 1/4 of an inch seam. Press it the same direction so it will go toward our fabric F. Just like this, do a little finger pressing, then a hot iron press. And here is our unit. So we've got 3 of those flying geese units all put together. You're going to repeat this exact thing. You're gonna make 3 more of these longer units. All right, so let me move my machine out of the way and we'll go over exactly what clue 4 was. So we should have 4 strip units that look like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we should have 4 units that look just like this, and then 1 unit that's just a long strip connected by a square in the middle. So that's all for clue 4. Please, again, let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, and I will be happy to continue the conversation. That's it for our puzzle mystery quilt for clue number 4. We will see you again next month.